Hello and welcome back to some scenic views of the harbour on what is either a nice sunrise or sunset. I haven't quite decided yet. It's evening here, so we'll call it evening. This is the level 3 edition of Purple Rain, our Stormsinger life, and I am at the back end of level 3 now, as you can see by the experience, and we've just made the transition, thankfully, away from swinging away pretty uselessly with the blade, the shadow blade, to some proper casting. My advice, as soon as you can, is to go for the shout spell-like ability in either the Stormsinger, or if you Spellsinger, there's the same one in their tree on the third tier. So you need a minimum 11 points to be able to get it. The extra points just reduce the cooldown, so we can get it down to 6 seconds when we get the next point in there, which will be my top priority. Otherwise, I've kept I had been using up to this point, because I'd got fed up of flailing away a bit uselessly with the shadow sword. I'd been using meta magic spell-like abilities, the Sonic Blast and the other one, the Cold one. I'd taken Sonic Blast in there and the Cold one in here. Now, as I mentioned, the Cold one I don't really recommend, because it has the peculiarity that if the opponent saves against it, they take 0 damage instead of half. So that's a bit of a pain. Also, you face quite a lot of undead early on, and they'll obviously take 0 damage as well by default. So I prefer the Sonic to that. So we've got a lightning strike chance when the Sonic spells are cast, so that's good. I've yet to see that go off, so is it maybe not on Sonic ones and the description's wrong? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'll be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, in this tree, we've got everything in this tree now. Got some extra electric, cold and sonic spell power when we cast spells of the same. Now, I think this was bugged in the past and didn't trigger on certain types. I think notably Sonic, so we'll be looking out for that as well. I'm very pleased to see the run speed. I probably shouldn't have taken that so early, because we only have 3 bard levels, but we'll notice it more as we go up. Now, I've only got 15% on my boots at the moment, so it will help us. I could have still been clicking the clickable 5-minute thing for the expeditious retreat, but I get fed up of doing that, so I've given up with that. I could also have taken the spell, probably will once the colour spray outlives its usefulness. I'll probably swap that out for expeditious, so I'm not having to mess about and we have a faster speed. About the colour spray, I think, as you saw in the last episode, it was very hit and miss. In fact, more miss than hit in Reaper 1. And yet go down into Elite, and it was super effective. It's on a 20 DC, and that was stopping all sorts in Elite. So it seems to me that the divide between, I know the saves are higher in Reaper, but it seems like notably higher, like not just the odd one. So I don't quite know how that works, but it was definitely a very noticeable difference. Or maybe I just went after the Reaper quest that we did, maybe I just went to a quest that against, opponents who had a lower save. Maybe it was just coincidence, but it felt to me like nothing was saving and everything was getting stunned against that as soon as we stepped it down to Elite, as though there was more than one jump in the saves they get in Reaper. So that was something. What else have I got here? I have shelved the iconic idea, completely, because it occurs to me that that's missing out half the life, basically, isn't it? And kind of I suppose the charm of these lives is starting from grassroots, from nothing, and building the character up, bit by bit, and in so doing, learning all especially in the classes I haven't played before, learning all the sort of component parts and not having it all thrown at me together. And the same for any of you who are following along, trying to learn as we go. So I think it's nicer done from level 1. So that's what I'm going to stick with for the series. I think that's about it. Other than to say that our Bear Party friend Oletta has been kind enough to supply us with some different cookies. We mentioned this Thunder Snow one. This is the Storm Reaver cookie. That's a double-ranged. It's like the thing in the Epic Destiny in the Primal. So it hits from extreme range and hits very hard. You can see their caster level 17, so early Reapers are just going to get obliterated by that. I have tested it and it does work very nicely. This one, it's not the one I was expecting. I was expecting the Dragon Breath one, which we tried and tested last time around, and this is Flame Pillar, so I think this is another single target, but look at the caster level 15. So that's another one to try if something nasty crops up. I've missed the those little things that we used to throw around, is it flesh to stone things that we crafted for this level last time around. I'll have to go and pick those up from the bank, but I won't bore you by doing that here. If for anything nasty, we've got these two new cookies to show you. Right, I thought we could do, this is about the last of the harbour level 2s we've got to do. I thought we could do Information is Key. We'll try it on Reaper 1. It's among the first quests where I've had the Shout spell-like ability available, so we'll see how that goes. And for single targets, I have I definitely recommend Sonic Blast over that cold, that is it polar, no, not polar ray, ice ray or whatever it is that the Stormsinger has as an option. First, because if they save they take no damage, and secondly this Sonic Blast can actually give a daze as well if they don't save, which is quite nice early crowd control. What's that jump? Okay. I don't envisage us needing Death Ward unless a Famine Reaper pops up, but that's a nice clickable item that drops in the Salt Marsh chain. Very nice to have. Okay, I've run out of blur cookies, so I will have to acquire the spell hopefully soon. Oh, I don't know what happened there, a bit of lag. So I've got the, sorry, I forgot to mention I took Empower as the feat for level 3, so I've got these two spell-like abilities maximised and empowered, and I've also got the regular Sonic Blast spell, so we've got two single target things. Must remember those as box breakers.
Into the basement, you hear another sound of whirring gears and a guttural growl.
That little noise was the lightning bolt thing going off, so it is working on Sonic, which is nice. I think it's got a 1 in 5 chance. We've got a little clickable for a bit more spell power. These can drop, as I've mentioned in the past, as rewards from end chains of quests like the Chanticleer one or the Marketplace chain, usually low level quests. The end chain rewards can have some interesting clickable items sometimes. Must remember which key is the cookies. Having said that, we should try with the sonic attacks against the Reaper. We should probably be alright. I don't know if the lightning isn't doing too much. Probably because we haven't got much lightning spell power, have we? Electric 80. Oh, it's not terrible. 89. That's not bad at all. I am using at the moment. I should have mentioned this. I've left all the gear the same, apart from these boots I've added just for always on speed 15. It's not amazing, but it's something. And I've added caster sticks for glaciation and resonation. Glaciation because I was using the cold SLA as well as the sonic one, but now I would prefer an electric thing, which we obviously don't have. I don't have any other than the shocking grasp spell, which I haven't taken because it's touch range. I don't have any other electric spell at the moment. I did notice that we could have got electric loop as our lesser dragon mark, but that would only have been on a limited number of uses. So I will wait until level 12 or so to get the storm thing, the reason behind the half elf this life. Does it say the duration there? No, it doesn't, does it? I think it might be 5 seconds per. Is it 5 seconds per caster level, something like that? So maybe at level 12 we get around, I don't know, is it 30 seconds? Or am I being a bit optimistic there? I guess we'll find out. I mean, the conventional thing to have done would have been to have gone for the Dragonborn, I guess. More charisma, so more spell DCs. And at the end, higher caster and max caster level, I think. Oh, I don't think, I know it's in the tree towards the top, isn't it? But we would have had to invest quite a bit in the racial tree to get that. More than we would have to invest to get this core lightning thing. I suppose it's difficult to think of it as a free spell-like ability when we have to invest, 12 points in the racial tree to get it. But there are some half-decent things on the way up there. There'll be some charisma there. We have some healing amp there, so that's worth taking. I haven't quite looked at what else is available here. Oh, we can... yeah, we can improve the Dilettante, the Paladin saves. So we get, I think, 2, 3... or... yeah, 2... Sorry, we get 2 now, don't we? We can have 3 and then 4 bonus to saves. I don't know what the special ability is, but then there could be another charisma there. So yeah, it's not terrible that by any means. But independent of the core lightning thing, I'm pretty sure I would have used the dragon for this. I guess the dragon is very popular for many a damage dealing caster, just for increasing the caster level and thereby the damage of the spells.
You hear the grind and clatter of machinery from below and to the west. It sounds like something heavy is being ratcheted into place. You hear the rasp of stone against stone from somewhere above, as if a massive barrier is moving aside.
Of course, if I mention there hasn't been any Reaper so far, there'll go and be about 6 in this last room, so I won't mention that. I will say we'll try the old flame pillar against the boss in here, because I haven't seen that at all, so I'm curious to know. A little bit of dodge never hurts.
An iron defender
Oh, Reaper.
particularly sharp talons moves to attack.
Oh, that worked well. Let's try the other one. I couldn't get to the other. Oh my god. Hit him. This is a disaster. Saved by the sound burst. I was trying to use the thunder snow and it just wasn't working for some reason. Either I pressed the wrong key or the flame pillar puts the other cookies on cooldown, something like that. That could have been an absolute disaster. But therein lies an ample illustration of how quickly things can turn sour. I should have just hammered the whole pack immediately with the shout, which is ample enough without hiding behind overpowered cookies. But you saw it did take a big chunk out of the Reaper anyway, the flame thing.
This must be where Osgood stashes his illicit goods until they can safely be smuggled. You lift the case and slide it into your
Okay.
bag. Quickly return to the Fairlane representative.
So, we're almost there at level 4. I will go and have a go in the catacombs, as I normally do at this time. Let's see how we go on in there, and from there I guess to the gatekeeper's chain, and probably some salt marsh after that. I didn't do the salt marsh last time because why didn't we do? Oh, we did the tangle route, didn't we, last time? I remember we did a few of the lesser. Yeah, we were searching for shuriken, weren't we, half the time? But yeah, definitely going to do the salt marsh this time because I would. Well, I'm looking for a few of the pieces of gear for future lives. The next one after this one is going to be a barbarian, so I'm on the lookout for, I guess, axes or falchion, one or the other. Now, from what reading I've done, the choice of weapon depends on which of the 2 trees you've gone tier 5 in. If you've gone Ravager, I think you want the Great Axe because the Ravager increases the is it the critical threat range at the top in the tier 5, and the Frenzied Berserker increases the multiplier. So if you were going that way, you would use the falchion. Is it something like that? Knowing me, I've got it completely the wrong way round, but I know there was a discussion I read, something about that. So we are on the lookout for two-handed weapons. Speaking of which, I have got something from the dinosaur area called a twin chopper, a great axe, that seems to have an expanded crit profile, so that could be interesting. Have any of you tried with that, or is it a bit too new for most people to have used yet? Let me know. Okay, that'll do it for this one, I think. I hope to have a few more spells to show you next time around, and to be a bit more survivable as well. I'm not at all convinced about this colour spray in Reaper. I think that 20 save is very dicey, although it did very well in Elite. Thanks very much as always for looking, and I will speak to you in the next one. Take care.